Peace, family. Hola, mi amor. Hola. How you doing? How you feeling? Peace, family. Peace, peace, and love. Peace and love. Come on in. Come on in. Get comfortable, please. I am on Instagram and YouTube. My YouTube family, what's up? How you doing? Sending you love. I want to be able to see the chat here. Welcome, family. Welcome, family. So we talking about our internal dialogue, our mindset, the way that we speak to ourselves. This is a very important topic. Spirit put it on my heart today. Hey, Minto. Thank you for coming in. Let me put this. Before we get started, take a deep breath. Just connect. What resonates with you is for you. And what does not, just let it go. It's okay. Not everything is going to always resonate with you. But what does, you take it. I have this topic in mind. It just came to me. I'm like, okay, I need to go live tonight. What am I going to talk about? And Spirit put it on my heart to talk about negative self-talk, or and positive self-talk, just your inner dialogue, your self-talk. And it's very important that we talk about this, because this is the key to what opens us up to our abundance. If we're not thinking in our mind positive thoughts, if we don't think that we can achieve a goal, or anything that we're setting out for, we wouldn't be able to actually achieve it, because the universe doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference of whether or not we have what we want or don't have what we want. We say we don't want it, it's still going to bring it to us, right? So it's very important that our inner dialogue, and that the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we share, the way that we think, the way that we speak, the way that we move, the way that we talk about ourselves and things, that we're mindful of that. And this, for me, the biggest thing was for me like a few years ago, when I was waking up and I just immediately had negative thoughts. I don't know why. I know why, exactly why, but I was just frustrated, and I was over it. And that's when I started to tap into positive affirmations. And a lot of people maybe would say, oh, positive affirmations don't work or whatever. But they don't work if you don't believe it. It doesn't work if you don't feel. Like, in order for us to be able to manifest the life of our dreams and what we really want, we have to be mindful of the way that we're speaking. We have to be mindful of the way that we're feeling. So if we're thinking these negative thoughts like, I can't do something, first of all, we can do anything that we put our mind to, because we have infinite potential, right? There's infinite possibilities of the things that we can do. So first of all, when we say the words I can't, it's already like putting up these blocks that we're not able to be able to move forward past those thoughts, because we've already put it out there in the atmosphere that we can't do it, right? Let me see. Hey, beautiful. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know if you're feeling this. Before I move forward, let me get some. Let me get some hearts in the chat. Let me get some hearts in the comment section if you're feeling this. before we dive in deeper into the conversation. So I'll go ahead and tell y'all about a little bit about my day real quick before I get into it, because I go down with the sun. That's just how it is. I was up from 6 a.m. I went to the gym. I, take my time for myself, and I went to the pool area, did some hula hooping and some dancing, and just really just kind of poured into myself in the rising. And then I did some work, I did some reading. Hey, Asia. I did some work, I did some reading, and today kind of is more slow days for me, and you have to really be mindful of your patterns and the way that you are, that the way that you need to like give yourself like love and compassion and things like that, because I naturally I got all the energy at the beginning of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Sunday. Those are my days that I'm like, I just have the most energy and I'm going in. Yes, I see you in there, Carell. I have the most energy. So by the time Thursday comes, and this is my pattern that I've noticed, by the time Thursday come, Friday come, it's more of that slower energy for me. That's those slower days to just kind of rest, restore, pour into myself a little bit more. And I had to realize this because I was trying to push myself to work like a Monday through Friday kind of schedule, being an entrepreneur, and that just doesn't work for me. I can work whenever I want to work. I can work whenever my body actually feels it. So it's very important that you pay attention to your body. You give your body what it needs. You make sure you're pouring into yourself and you're pouring into your goals, but you're also resting, because rest is as important as putting in the work and being productive. It is productive when you rest. Okay, so it's very important that we know that, and we honor ourselves when we need to rest, when we need, the time to just be and restore. So today was more of that slower day for me. I have more energy in the week, in the beginning of the week, and that's when I do most of my work on the computer and things like that. And then towards the end of the week is when I do more rest and restoration. Affirmations work really well on an individual level. How do you maneuver it when it involves others? Do you mean like leading it for others? Like you're leading other people in like affirmations and stuff like that? When you involve others? So like you're around like your peer group and you want to involve them? Is that what you're referring to? Yes, so self-talk. Okay, so going back to when I started to tap into affirmations, it's like I was just like over it. I was like, my thoughts are not my own. I don't like that I'm just thinking negatively all the time. I'm full of anger. I was just carrying around my pain. I began to look up affirmations online and on YouTube actually, and I came across Louise Hayes, and I started to listen to her affirmations, and I would do them in the mirror to start to reprogram myself and reprogram my mind. And then also I was listening to another person here on YouTube that I really liked at the time, Abraham Hicks, and I would listen to her to help me to shift my mindset. And I realized that I was speaking so poorly about myself and my abilities and my power. I was downplaying myself like heavily. Oh shoot. Hold on, I put out my thing. So, first of all, we know we are infinite beings. Right? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So anything that we say, anything that we want, we can have. And that's just, it is the truth, because we have to tap into our power, our God-given power. Like, we are spiritual beings, so we create our reality. So first of all, by speaking what we want, along with just speaking it, because affirmations don't work if you don't feel what you're saying, right? Like, that's what they say, right? Like, that's why people have a problem with saying, like, oh my gosh, affirmations don't work, because they don't believe what they're saying, and they don't eventually align with what they want. So when I started to say these affirmations, maybe I didn't feel that way at the beginning, but I really, really wanted to feel that way. I wanted to cultivate more love within me. I wanted to feel the love within me. I wanted to be abundant. I wanted to be successful. I wanted all of those things for myself. And yeah, not just on a materialistic stance, but on the inside, because that's where it was. I had everything that I wanted. I've worked really hard. I've achieved everything that I want. But it's that connection. It's that intent behind it. It's that wanting. Like, you know, I've said to my clients before, like, aren't you tired of being tired? Like, that feeling of tired of being tired is what will cause you to make that shift, because, you know, I no longer want to feel like this. So in return, I want to feel this way. I want to feel more love within me. I want to feel that abundance flowing through me. I want to be connected. And if you say things like, oh, I can't, you know, they're like, okay. I used to have this thing, like, with saying, like, I never get to meet, like, good people and things like that. But me saying that made me not meet good people. It made me meet people that were, like, let's be real, they were shitty. They were shitty people, okay? They were just trying to take and take and take and not really pour into me. So I started to speak these affirmations. I meet beautiful people. I meet people in alignment with my highest good. These people are my friends. They love me. I am able to connect with people on a deep soul level. And I started to believe these things, and I knew that I was able to, once I come into alignment and in that vibration, that I would have to meet people that were a vibrational match for me too, right? If I'm speaking these positive words, I want people who around me who feel the same way. They want more for themselves. They want to encourage, and they want this soul fulfillment, you know? So it was very important that we shift the way we think, shift the way we speak, because our thoughts create our reality. You don't even have to say it. If you just think it and feel it in your body, that's enough. That you're attracting that. You're manifesting that. So you're talking about, you want to manifest your dream life. You want to have the life of your dreams. You want to live a life of fulfillment. You want to be able to have good people around you. You want to remove the negative energy. You want to get the toxicity from around you. But it first starts with yourself. It starts within. Are you speaking kind to yourself? Do you say to yourself that nothing is ever going to work out? Or do you say to yourself that you're not good enough? Or do you say to yourself, oh, I can't do that? I know people who say, like, oh, that's just not for me. I can never do that. Yeah, there's some things that we just choose that, you know, not to be a part of. But to say that it's just not for you, and that's something that you might be interested in doing, but because you haven't put that effort, the dedication, the consistency, and all the things that have to back actually speaking these words and affirmations, then you say, oh yeah, that just doesn't work for me. And that's not true. That's not true. Oh, I got a comment over here. Let me see. All right. Do what you love, and the people you love will be there. Exactly. Because you are a vibrational match, and everyone around you would have to just match that vibration. How can I manifest physical healing? Physical healing comes in first it starts with your mindset. You gotta want it. You gotta know and see yourself being healed to that physical thing that you're trying to heal, you have to see it already as it's already done, right? You have to feel it in your body, the feeling of how you would feel if you already healed that thing. If you are your healthiest self, how would you feel? How would that feel for you? What would it be like for what would your environment be like when you are that most healthy person? How would that, and that feeling that you feel, it just starts to ignite within your body, and it brings you closer to that physical healing, because that's where it starts first, is in our mind. So if you tell yourself that you're not healed, or you feel, oh my gosh, this pain is hurting me and I'm not healing and it's not happening fast enough, and you know, oh my gosh, then you're not gonna heal. You're not gonna be in alignment with that thing, because you are conflicting it. Even if you do all of the things on a physical level, if you do drink all the teas, eat all the right foods, and you if you're still speaking negatively, if you still believe that you're not healing, or it's taking too long and I'll never get there, then it's not going to happen. So first of all, it has to start with your mindset, and you have to shift that and know that you are God. You can heal yourself, you know? You could heal yourself with just your energy, just the thought that, and the willingness to do it and want to do it. So first you got to see yourself. How would it feel like to had manifest this thing? How would it feel like to have the most healthy body ever? And then speak these things. Be loving. Like, for example, I be having issues sometimes with my stomach that I've been working on healing. So I'll do some Reiki on it, and I'll send it some love, and I'll even speak to my gut and say, okay, it's okay. We're healing. We're on our way. We're on this journey together. I love you so much. You support me through so much. You have such a amazing job. You're the first brain, and I just love you so much. I'm giving you all the healing that you need, the time, the space for it. Actually speak to that part of your body. Speak to what you're trying to heal. And I hope that helped you a little bit with your questions. Say that. Yes. Yes. So it's very important the way that we speak, the way that, and one thing I like to do is I wake up, first thing I'm doing is I'm grateful, because gratitude is one of those vibrations that are high. It helps to set the momentum for your day. So as soon as I open my eyes, before I even open my eyes, as soon as I come to self, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful to see another day. Thank you to the Most High. I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks. I'm speaking how my day is going to go. I'm going to have an amazing day. Today I am going to connect with more and more people on a deep soul level. I'm going to be aligned more and more with my purpose and my soul tribe. I speak these things. I speak these things. I give thanks and gratitude to my guides, my ancestors. I'm thankful for my friends and my family, my support system, because without them, I would not be here where I am today. And I kind of just get going. It's like a rant. It's like a momentum that I just get going, and I just start being grateful. And I thank my body. I thank my physical body for protecting me. I thank my skin, the largest organ on my body, for it's just mere protection. I used to hate all this hair. Man, this hair is protecting me against a whole bunch of stuff, right? It's my senses, my extra senses, you know what I mean? I'm thankful for all my spiritual gifts, being more and more aligned with my spiritual gifts every single day. I'm so thankful for my intuition and my higher self. I'm so thankful for the guidance that I receive every single day, for the clarity, for the love, for the support. I'm so thankful for my vibration and pouring into myself, and the time that I have to pour into myself every single day. Okay. An easy flow of gratitude, effortlessly. Yes, just have it flow, just have it flow. Once you get started, it just starts to flow through you. It starts to flow and it becomes natural, and you feel the vibration. You feel that momentum that is starting to build up within you. What is Reiki? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is exactly. So Reiki is energetic. I don't know if I want to say that word. It's a healing on an energetic level. We all have the ability to do Reiki. So yeah, it's aligning with the frequency and doing some healing work. So I channel. I'm a natural medium, so I can channel. And I channel and I get in alignment with oneness, stillness, wholeness, and then and love, of course. And then I bring that to whatever area. So Reiki, you can use your hands. It doesn't require touch, but touch does help too. And you can use your hands to scan your body, and it'll show you or reveal to you what areas are dense, what areas may need a little bit of love. And you can just like put your hand there and send healing energy to your head if you have a headache, or to your heart and your chakras if you have any, you know, if you're just doing some chakra healing, or if you just want to connect to your solar, your heart, or any of your energetic centers in your body. I could go more and more into that, but that's just a brief overview. Do your due diligence, look it up. There's plenty of resources out there for you to get like some techniques on some things to do, but usually what I like to do, a quick little Reiki thing, is to activate the energy in my hand, balancing out the masculine and feminine side, creating heat, and then I will go over the area. And I can also, Reiki doesn't have any distance, so I can actually send you Reiki virtually and things like that. Directing healing energy towards wherever it needs to be directed. So yes, speaking our truth. So I have the March journal, which I just released because one of the ways that I got so good to just flow with my affirmations and my self-talk was through journaling, using journal prompts. And I created this workbook, this virtual workbook that you can literally like download it on your phone or your tablet or whatever, your computer, and fill it in. And there's a prompt for every single day. It's a monthly journal. It's a prompt for every single day, and you could just write in with the thought-provoking, you know, prompts that I give, so you can get started. You can start to release what you need to release, getting more in alignment with the things that you love, the things that you like. You go back to times in your past where you were the most happiest and things like that. I have like different types of prompts in it, and it's really good, and it's all free. So I just want to encourage you to pour more into yourself, connect more to to self-love, and to really just, you know, make it easy. If you have it on your phone, everybody has their phone. When you need a moment to just kind of connect back to yourself, you take a break from strolling on social media, and you go and you just do the prompt for the day. Or you can do this in the rising when you wake up and you're doing your rising routine, and you know, you do your meditation and things. I like to follow my meditation with writing in a journal, and a lot of the times I do like free writing, but sometimes I like prompts. And especially if you're just getting started, or if you just need some motivation, the prompts are really good. That was my question. Can you do Reiki virtually? Yes, you can. It's an app? No, it's just a download. It's just a download. I don't know. I think I have it in my story on Instagram. It's on my story, and it's in the description here on YouTube. It's in the description box. I put the link. And I also just made a post with it too, so you have the link for that too. And you get it immediately to your inbox. You download it. I like to open it, if you have iPhone, I like to open it in the books. So I just like go to the download, and then I'll open it like a share thing. I'll swipe over to where it says the books, and then it opens up in books, and you can literally boop, 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 and always have it. It's a PDF, so you can always have it. It's clickable, it's fillable, and then you can always reuse it for, you know, any of the other months, or I have more coming for the following months too with different prompts. So if you don't get through it in the whole month, it's okay. Be kind to yourself, but just, you know, use it to help to provoke you to get closer to yourself and make self-care a part of your daily practice. That's really what it's about. And I made it so that it's easy for you to have. It's super convenient. Just have it on your phone, and whenever you have the time, you can just tap in and do it for a second. It doesn't take long to take a moment for yourself. Okay, I'll get it. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, let's see. I think I have a question. Where do thoughts come from? Is it your own? Okay, that's a good question. I don't know how to do this. I'm getting this stuff now. So a lot of our thoughts are not our own. A lot of our thoughts are come from our environment, ways we were programmed. Sometimes it can be from our family. You know, a lot of our thoughts and the way that we think about things come from just our upbringing and the people that we're around. Also, if you're on social media, if you watch TV and things like that, sometimes, you know, those things may trigger certain things or may condition you to think or feel a certain way about something, and they're not always your own. Your thoughts are not always your own. So it's very important that we get into ourselves, quiet our minds from all the thoughts that are constantly going, and create this way of thinking and being for ourselves. It's super important. It's super important because you think sometimes that you're having your own thoughts. You think sometimes that it may be your intuition, or you just had a feeling that this is what somebody was telling you, but it's not your own. It's not your own. Let's be real. We are programmed a lot to think a certain way, even just the way that we interact with each other. Like, we are all one, literally. Like, I'm not different from you, you're not different from me, but we have grown up in a culture that makes us feel like we're separate, and we're not. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. It's nothing different from me and you. Like, we all have our own powers. We all have our own vibration that we tap into, and it's all one. There's one universal power, one omnipresent power, omnipotent, okay? And we are all an extension of that. So we are all part of one wholeness, one being. So yeah, that was a really good question. I like that. I like that a lot. Yes, keep the questions coming. I like that. Yes, so knowing that our thoughts are not our own always, right? Knowing that, like, sometimes it's even the way that we eat. Let's be honest. A lot of times we feel as if certain things that we did, or the certain ways that we eat or do things is the right way, and it may not be. Like, for example, I was raised with my mother being conscious. So when I was young, we didn't eat meat. We didn't eat beef or pork or nothing like that. We didn't eat that. Very seldomly I would have oxtails. You know, I'm Jamaican. Very seldomly I would have oxtails, but as I was growing up, I started to remove things out of my diet too, because I realized that it wasn't good for me. It wasn't, I didn't, you know, drink cow's milk and things like that. Just being conscious from very young, especially with my mother's influence, which is not my own thoughts, is why I'm speaking about this. I was able to tap deeper into myself to create and want to be in control of what I put in my body, wanted to be in control of the way that I thought and the way, and not really just going off of the society way of eating. Just, oh, you have to have this type of meal to be healthy and things like that. Like, no. These people are so freaking funny. I thought that was going to be a real question because it was kind of long, but yeah, no, I'm not even going to tap into that. Like, for example, too, I'm living in Peru, right? I'm living in Peru, and the fact that I don't watch any type of programming, I don't watch the news, I don't look at news articles, I don't listen to or watch any of those things because I don't want those thoughts to influence my own thoughts, right? So I don't watch and listen to any of those things. So when I was moving here to Peru, and I told a couple of my friends, like, hey, I'm moving to Peru, they were like, don't you see what's going on over there in Peru? And even on the plane, there was a guy like, oh, don't you see what's going on in Peru? Like, I could have took that on, those thoughts, and then absorbed their projection and fear to be like, oh my gosh, something's going on in Peru, let me not go there. But no, my spirit told me to go here. My spirit told me to come here. My spirit told me to move to Costa Rica. So I did what my spirit told me to do. I didn't care about what they said was going on, right? And when I got here, it's beautiful. It's none of that stuff that they were saying is on the news and things like that. None of it. None of it. None of it. So I could have allowed somebody else's thoughts and fears to become my own, but I choose not to. I consciously make the choice not to. How about moving to the continent? Actually, my mother's in the continent. Africa? Yeah, my mother's there right now, so I'm definitely gonna do a tour, and then we'll see how I feel about that there. But my spirit has not sent me or led me to living there at this moment. So we'll see though. Who knows? Who knows what's to come? I know that I'll be somewhere else next year. I don't really want to talk about it yet though. I'm moving to Ghana or Nigeria, permanently escaping the Caribbean slave plantation. Yeah, I heard nice things about Ghana. Really nice things about Ghana. And some bad things too. Hey over there, King Day. Hey. You all. Yes. So when we tap into like even just doing the journaling every day, you begin to realize what wasn't your thoughts, what wasn't your you start to realize what was programming and what is actually your own and how you really feel. All flattery aside, we should all move to the continent and get our group economics right. It'll take work, but yeah, definitely. I think that's so way. Next question: what does it mean to do shadow work? Ooh, you come with a good question, Steve. I love it. Okay, let's see what they're saying over here on YouTube. Hold on a second. Do you speak any other languages? How are locals in Peru? Locals are very, very friendly, and I'm learning Spanish. Learning, yeah. I would have been better if the Caribbean side of Costa Rica didn't speak as much English as they did, because I didn't practice as much over there. But yeah, I'm learning Spanish. I'm getting much better every day. Get you going. Yes, thank you. Okay, so what does it mean to do shadow work? Shadow work is tapping into parts of ourselves that we don't want to see, right? That's why we put it in the shadows. You know, the shadows is that darkness, that place that, you know, like our shadow is behind us. So we're looking this way. The shadow is behind us, right? We don't want to see that part of us. We don't want to go into those deep parts of us that of the places where with what we're holding on to. Oh, you can't see my shadow over there. Well, a little bit of what we've been holding on to. We don't want to tap into those parts of us. So that's what shadow work is. Tapping into the parts of us that maybe was, one, programmed, two, holding on to past trauma, experience, pain, things like that, that no longer serves us or may serve us for a purpose in this moment right now, which is what the lesson that we need to learn from it. It's also to be able to cater and give our inner child and our egos the attention and the love that they need, because our ego was what? The ego came to just protect us, right? Because the inner child felt hurt. So the ego is there to protect the inner child. And the ego likes to come out and the ego likes to come out and protect us in ways that may not serve our highest good, right? So that's why they talk about ego death and putting the ego to rest and things like that, because the ego can come in and probably jeopardize or get in our way of us or what's truly best for us, right? Because now we say the ego remembers the past experience and it puts a guard up, like, oh, no, I don't want to feel that pain no more, so let me put this up and not allow this person to come in, because they might do that. You know what I mean? And it's our way to kind of protect ourselves, but it's not protection. Actually, it jeopardizes us, because we're not connected to our higher selves. We're not connected to our intuition when our ego comes and steps in and tries to get into the way. I've seen a lot over here. Hold on a second. No other groups spend with us, but we love spending with them. This is why we're economically why do we always learn other culture languages but never try to learn a single language of our ancestors? Comes into family. I don't know where you get that from. That's a projection that doesn't apply to me. That I'm not learning any other languages. I'm in a Spanish-speaking country, so I'm going to learn Spanish while I'm here, but I definitely have tapped into other languages. So, all the other cultures, but our own. Yeah. I like the topic you're speaking on. Yes. Love it. Let's get some Palo Santo lit in here real quick. In the dark. So my challenge, my 28-day challenge, self-love mirror challenge, is a combination of self-love and shadow work. And the reason why I call it me, myself, and I, because we're addressing the three parts of us. Me, which is our ego. Myself, which is our inner child, our true self that we need to go back and reparent. We have to reparent ourselves. We have to break down all those things that we have learned to now relearn or reparent ourselves to what may be true to our highest self. The I am, our highest self, connecting to our consciousness. So it's very important that we do that. And a lot of people see shadow work as something that's scary. Like, I don't understand why. I always seen it as a beautiful process. But my clients have seen it as something like, oh my gosh, I have to tap into my darkness. This is scary. Because sometimes we don't want to let go things. We want to carry it around. We want to hold that grudge about something that happened to us in our past, or when we were growing up, or our cousin who did something to us or something. We want to hold on to that. And when we do our shadow work, it's going to those parts of us to let those things go, to actually release them and actually see why am I holding on to this? Why? It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful to make space for the new to come in. It's a beautiful process of letting go and releasing. It takes time. I'm not saying it's gonna happen like overnight. That's why I've committed 28 days, because it takes 21 days to create a habit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna just leave y'all after 21 days and then y'all just go back to y'all regular way. No. We are dedicated, devoted, and consistent on this journey of self-love, healing, and growth. What's one of your best shadow work practices? See, this is a really tricky question, because I have my toolbox that I always run to. I call it my spiritual toolbox. And I use a lot of different techniques, so it all depends on what I may be going through, what shadow I'm working through at the time. So I use a lot of different techniques. I use meditation every single day. Meditation is my life. I walk, I talk, everything is meditation. I'm a clear channel. The divine speaks directly through me. I love to journal. When I journal, just free flow, boom, 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 just writing. Right after I align in my meditation, I release so much. I release so much. So I love to do that as well. I love to dance. Ooh, dancing is so powerful to move that energy through your body. Man, I love, absolutely love dancing. Singing was a way for me to tap in and heal myself as well, because when I was growing up, I used to be self-conscious about my voice, and I told myself lies about, oh, I can't sing and stuff like that, and I would like accept what other people would say about my voice. Like someone projected one time and said, oh, you don't know how to sing well, and then I took that on, like, I don't know how to sing well. And I was always self-conscious about singing. But now you see, like, singing and my voice is beautiful, and it's a part of everything that I do. I even speak, even when I'm speaking, I'm like, hi, oh my gosh, guys. It's just a part of me, you know what I mean? So when I'm singing, when I connect with that, I feel so good. It feels amazing. That's my favorite. Yes. I love it. I run right to it. Yes. I actually love when I'm triggered. I love when that comes up, because it shows me the parts of me that need more attention, that needs a little bit of TLC, you know? Another good thing to do for healing and during your shadow work process is hugging yourself. When you do that, when you do your inner child, and this is a part of my challenge too, but I'm gonna give you guys the sauce. One of my things with healing my inner child was to get the picture, and I printed out my like a picture of me in my childhood of when I was happy. Like my picture, I have 2 different pictures. Y'all want me to get the picture? Let me know. I have 2 different pictures. It's on my altar. I always carry it around with me, and I've had it with me for years. But I have one where I was really, really happy, and then I have one where I wasn't really that happy. So that brought me, both of them bring me back to different parts of myself that needed healing at the time. One part when I wasn't that happy was when I was allowing people's projection, and I was taking it in to like, and it was, I don't know why that just happened over there. Okay, it's back. And I was allowing people to start to dim my light. And the other one, I was fully in my light. You can see it. My smile was so radiant. It was just, my vibration was just like, it was just like seeping through me, you know? So one of the things that I love is to have a baby picture, a good, a one that you know connects you back to a time where you felt good, where you felt that that child felt amazing. And sorry, getting these notifications. I need to put, yeah, next time I'll put it on Do Not Disturb. So I like to connect with the pictures at my altar and then give my inner child the love and the healing that she deserves. And as I do that, that's what I was gonna say first, is that I hug myself and I self-soothe. I don't look for touch, because touch is a very important healing tool, and I don't look for it outside of myself. Yeah, it feels nice to have someone else's touch, but I need to be familiar with my own touch. I need to know how that feels for me. It feels amazing when I give myself a big hug. It feels amazing to my inner child. She loves it. I speak to her directly, and I give her the love that she needs during the reparenting process. And I debunk all of those false beliefs that I had created for myself at the time. Wow, pictures, I'm going to incorporate that. Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy that I inspired you to do that, because that was a really big game changer in my inner child healing process, for sure, was adding the pictures. Shadow work. Definitely. Definitely. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Let's see. Y'all got any questions for me? Let me see what else I have to say about Spirit. Do you have anything else to say? Speak through me. A lot of us, we are so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves that, like, even our inner dialogue, like, our inner dialogue is off. I have to be very careful with my words, because this is what I'm speaking about. Being careful with your words and the way that you speak about yourself. You have to speak life into yourself. So a lot of times we may be disappointed with time restraints. What is time? Even that is something that's not our own. The thought of time, like, we're infinite beings. If we're infinite, how are we attaching to time, right? So I do it myself a lot of times. I create these deadlines for myself, and then when I don't achieve them, then I feel bad. I feel like, I feel that I feel down about it, and then I start telling myself, like, oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed in myself. I could have did this and this and this and that, and then I start, like, creating this story in my mind that's not even freaking real, because I started to attach to time. And what is time? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's different times. It's a different year in Ethiopia than it is here. That shows you right there. It's different times all around the world. Like, so time is an illusion. Yes, time is an illusion, Alice in Wonderland. Yes. So just even attaching to that, that's not even our own thought process of holding on to time, counting every year as we get older. No, I'm still as young, your soul is still as young as you want it to be. And that comes along with their inner child healing too, is cultivating that childlike feeling. I posted I posted a post today about what healing looks like, and I'm jumping on the bed. Like, my friends would look at me like, oh my gosh, this person is crazy, she's so crazy. But I just do whatever I want. I'm very childlike. I'm fun. I like to dance. I like to just do random things, and I honor myself in that. My goofiness, my just being funny. Honor yourself in that. Who is to say that you gotta get old and not be childlike, or not be funny, or not do fun things? Like, I don't subscribe to that. No. I clicked on this live mistakenly and so glad I did. Spirit told me to stay. Thank you for your beautiful energy. Yes, we are here for a reason. You are drawn here for a reason. And I'm happy that it happened mistakenly because you weren't even planning. I didn't even put it out that I was going live today. And I did this on purpose because I wanted whoever was supposed to be here with me today. Thank you so much, love, and I appreciate that. Because when Spirit speaks through me, Spirit speaks through me. Steve know it. I am a clear channel. I make sure that I am pouring into me. I make sure that I am clearing all my energetic centers every single day so that I can be a clear channel to connect to the souls of my people, because I am here for a purpose and I know that. And I know part of my purpose is what business, which then inspires you to do it for yourself too. And that's it. And that's what we're doing over here. We're raising the consciousness. We're promoting more self-love, self-care, self-development. We're speaking to ourselves with love and compassion and actually speaking this stuff into reality. You know, when I was working as a nurse, my first nursing job, I was only making like, y'all, it was not that much. As a nurse, it's not. Literally, until you start getting experience, it was not that much. I'm about to tell y'all the realness right here. I literally was making about like $1,600. I was making like $1,600 a week, right? So that was like, sometimes when I do overtime, I was making about $4,000. $4,500 every 2 weeks or a month. Like in a month, I would make no more than like $6,000, right? As a nurse. So then I said, you know what? I was still like very tight because I want to travel. So I'm traveling. I have my budget for that. Then I still have to pay all my bills and my insurance and the car insurance and all the bills, everything that life has, you know what I mean? And I was still very tight. I only had like $200 after I paid everything and did the work that I wanted to do. So what I did was I manifested, right? And I could go back to this vision board because everything on that vision board is here, right? A nurse, yes, right? Crazy. I manifested. I said I wanted to make what I made in 2 weeks, which was about $4,000 in 2 weeks. I wanted to make that in a week, right? I started to align with that. I started to feel what it would feel like for me to manifest that abundance in my life, what I would be able to do with that, how would that give me more freedom to do things. And I aligned with that feeling. And within a few months, by November, I had already manifested a travel nurse job. And at the time they were saying I didn't have enough experience. And I was like, oh no, I got enough experience, honey. You're gonna make sure I get this job. And I got the job and I was making, literally, I made, without my overtime and everything, I made about $4,500 a week for my first travel nurse job. And I manifested more than that after that. A week. Yes. So it is definitely possible for you to manifest and attract, but you have to be in alignment, right? You have to do the work and you have to be devoted to the work even when you don't see the harvest, even when you don't see the manifestation yet. You've seen it in your mind's eye. You already know it happened. You don't have to see it in your physical reality to know that it's actually real and that you got this, you know? Okay, I got a couple more questions here. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. I didn't even know they could do this thing, this question stuff. Let me check on y'all over here. What are some activities to tap more into your feminine energy? Okay, ooh, I like that one. Before I go to this question over here. So the feminine energy is our nurturing energy. The feminine energy is our critical thinking energy. A lot of things that we can do to tap into our feminine energy is very simple. We can pour more into our self-care practice, you know, do more things that make us feel beautiful. Nurture our souls. And one thing we could do is dance, right? Because dance helps to activate this womb area, right? Because you're moving your hips, especially when you start to activate that kundalini energy. Oh, we'll talk about that on another live, because that's a live for itself. But when you activate that kundalini energy from the base of your spine through your movement, through your breath work, that diaphragmatic breath, the breath of fire, all those things start to cultivate that energy throughout your body and help to align you with your feminine energy. Do more things with your left hand, because the left is the feminine side of our body. So start to use your left hand more. Do more left hand dominant things. The feminine energy is also our creative energy, that energy of doing something creative. So you can tap into like things like painting. That's why I recommend dancing, painting, singing, things like that to help to connect us with that energy as well. Especially the spine work, like the doing some cat cows and things like that to get the spine movement. That was this. Okay. Well, what is a karmic lesson first, and then you can explain the next one. What's a karmic lesson? This is going into things that I'm not like. I'm not a like I don't really study twin flames, karmics, things like that. I know that one of the natural laws, and the best way that I can explain this for you is that it's a natural law that what we put out is what we get back, right? So you reap what you sow. What you put out into the atmosphere is what you receive back. And there's been things in research, and these are all not my own thoughts. These are things that I've looked up, so I can't say for certain. But they say that sometimes we have karmic lessons from past lives, and karmic lessons can come from our family or our parents. Karmic lesson can then be passed down onto us and things like that. You know, I don't go too deep into that stuff. All I know is that I lead with love, and love comes back to me. That's how I feel. That's how I put out my energy. What energy I put out is what I get. So I always lead with the purest, most genuine energy. That's what I do. Okay, that's my karmic lesson right there. Okay, I may have done things in my past, and I may have not like totally made the best choices in life, and I understand that things are in the universe balance itself out, and that's fine. And I don't really think about it or go too deep into things like that, or get my head make it part of my stress me out or nothing like that about no karmic lesson or nothing. If the lesson is gonna be learned, and I'm gonna move on, because I'm learning the lesson, honey. I'm not gonna keep repeating the same lesson. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. Okay, how do you know when you completed a karmic lesson? You received the lesson, you actually know, you see it. Like, for example, one of my karmic lessons, I guess, was meeting people where they were, right? And okay, so it's one thing to meet people where they are, right? And work with them and give them grace and compassion. But one thing I was doing, I was meeting them where they were, and then I was trying to stay with them during that process of healing in their journey to help them to elevate. They would want to attach to me. And even though I don't need to do that same work, we're like not on the same frequency, we would try to mesh, and it would just never work out. So I would kind of be trusting to people a little too soon, or maybe want to have them, I want the best for them, is what I'm saying. I want the best for people. So I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying to do the best that I can to help them on their journey. But sometimes people need to be released. So one of my lessons was to listen to my intuition when it tells me to leave people alone. When it tells me to, like, okay, you've done enough, and I'm going to now leave you to continue on this journey on your own. I would try to attach to them or keep them around and be like, and I'll justify it, like, oh, like I'll justify the toxic traits or the toxic behavior by saying, oh, you know, they're working on it, so I get it, you know, and I would pardon certain things because I understood that they're working on it instead of just letting it be what it is. Let them work on their stuff on their own. So that was a big lesson I had to learn. My service is going out. I'll find you on YouTube. Okay, babe. Thank you so much for joining. Yes. The YouTube page is the same as my Instagram name, the Indigo the Heart Healer. Yes. All right, cool. All right, do I have any more questions? Let's see. Nope. Okay, so any more questions before I start to wrap it up? I've been on here for almost about an hour now. I hope all of this brought some clarity to you. I do have the journal. Don't forget the journal. It's completely free. You get to download immediately and you get to work on it right on your phone. And if you want to print it out, you can too. It's about 34 pages because it's a prompt for every day. You can print it out and, you know, write in. I do recommend blue ink if you are going to write in, write on it with, you know, physically write on it. So, but yeah, it's available for free, and the link is on my post on YouTube and in the description here, and it's also in my stories on here. And then also I have the challenge coming up starting April 1st. It'll be April 1st to April 28th. Every day you will have instructions on what to do. It will be we will be talking and discussing in the community group, so we will have support, and you'll have my support the whole way through to help you to get to being and living the life of your dreams. That's really what I want to do. I want to help you to. Oh, and the ebook. Thank you, Steve. And make sure y'all get the ebook. The ebook is so good. It has so many. It's a quick read. It's a small little book, but it's so much information in it. Different activities. There's journal prompts in there too. It leads you up to the challenge, because the challenge is 28 days. You got to be devoted, because I'm sure that we're going to have people that start that I really want you to finish, but I know that you're not going to get through. Some people are just not going to get through the whole 28 days every single day doing it. So if you want to start small, you can start with the ebook. It's only $7. That link is also there in the story and on the description as well. And then the challenge is 28 days. And the reason why I did 28 days is because it takes 21 days to create a habit. And I want us to be able to create this habit of self-care and self-love in our life, and be able to tap into our power and our true potential, and to hear our intuition and know what it's saying, and be able to identify when our thoughts are not our own, to be able to identify the feelings in our body and what they mean, and be able to say, hey, this is not my feeling, this is not my emotions, when you're around people that don't serve your highest good, people who are bringing you down, and you're feeling this energy, you're feeling drained. What does this mean? What is it? What's going on? We're going to talk about all of this in the challenge, and you have my full support. So that is 28 days. It's only $44 for this time. This is the first time I'm doing it, so it's only going to be $44, but trust me, it's going to be going up, and I'm doing it once every quarter. So this is the only time you'll be able to get it for $44 for regular, and it's $88 for VIP. The next round, it will definitely be going up in price, because 28 days is a long time of pouring my energy into y'all. But I am doing this from my heart. It's really of service. So I really want to see y'all succeed. I want to see you connected to your soul's potential and living in your purpose. Like so many of my clients, that's really one of the most important things that they say, is that they want to be more connected to their purpose. they want to feel, they don't want to feel like they just living life and just going on autopilot. You don't have to live like that. You can be intentional. You can have the life of your dreams. You can live a life, like, I don't know if you want to be location free, but you can live location free. You can have financial freedom. For me, that's a huge thing for me. Travel was on my vision board. I went into travel nursing, and then I realized that I didn't want to be a nurse working in the hospital no more. That didn't make my soul feel fulfilled anymore. It was actually draining me. My spirit was calling me to let that go. And every time, once I left the job, every time I would try to go back to nursing and try to get a job, I wouldn't get no calls. Spirit blocked it. Spirit blocked it every single time. So when I got the feeling during my meditation that I was supposed to move to Costa Rica, I was like, oh, what am I doing out in Costa Rica? What's in Costa Rica for me? I love Costa Rica. I had been there twice. I love the nature and the land and all of that. But like, what am I in Costa Rica? What am I going to Costa Rica for? I mean, I love to travel, but Costa Rica again, that's where my spirit led me, and that's where I went. And when I went there, I tapped more and more into myself, into my power. That's why I can show up as I am, and I can be so confident to tell you that I can confidently lead you to being more self-loving. I can confidently lead you into being in a place of being financially free and location free. I've done this over and over and over and over again, from nothing to something, from nothing to something, from nothing to something, several times, more than once. I am free, honey. I am free, and I feel it in my soul. It's within me. Okay, I radiate love because I align with love every single day. Love is one of the highest frequencies that you can tap into. My love is genuine and it's pure. So no matter what I've been through, no matter what challenges, I still maintain my light, I still maintain my love, and I take my time and my breaks and my rest when needed to cultivate within myself. I don't show up. My people on YouTube will know that I don't show up if I'm not in alignment or not in a good place. I will take my break and until I'm able to show up authentically and truly and with love. So I love y'all so much. The links are in the story. The links is in the description on YouTube. And I also made a post with the links as well. DM me if you want to join the challenge. DM me in Mirror, and I will give you the link to sign up for the challenge. And yeah, I just love y'all so much, and I just want to see y'all thriving and just connected to your true self and your purpose. So until next time, so much gratitude, more love, more life, more freedom in your life. And I'm just sending you so much love and light. Thank you so much for spending this Friday night with me. Thank you to my guides and my spirits for this channel. I hope my words have resonated with you and touched parts of your soul to help you to connect closer to yourself and your highest self and your soul. And until next time, I'll see you later. So much love.